we don't have the right to pick some different stats there. It's basically boosting your army most of the times. Gear are cornerstone in progression, so every player are looking some tips, tricks to optimize their grinding and investment in Age of Empire mobile. So in this video I'm going to share what I'm doing, and starting with the first most common question: what is the best way to farm gear, farm material, sorry. So the best way in my opinion is just going in the East 1 tactics and try to boost at the beginning 2 legions. This is going to be your main legions. After this you can add one more when the game actually asks you for the tactic. Not going to go that much deep in the East 1 tactic. Let me know in the comments, do you want me to make some guide about this specific event in Age of Empire mobile? But yeah, just progress here, and from the store you can buy these blueprints. Also there is a lot of materials. Now I don't suggest buying this iron meteorites. You can basically farm them outside, but this is a must buy, must have, must everything. You always have to get your forging kit. This is for leveling up your gear. So this is one of the place. The other one is going to be outside. For the people who don't know, I'm going to go and maybe I'm going to find something. Yeah, this one. This is armory. You just occupy it with your legions and you're going to get 18 per hour. I don't know if this apply with the gathering speed. I think actually apply a gathering speed, yeah, 50%, and you're going to get more of these chests, which inside this chest there is blueprints for legendary and rare at this point, but there is also meteorites inside. This is a materials for the forging your gear, and also blueprints. I think maybe the most hard thing is just blueprints. But yeah, if you progress in these 2 places, you're going to get very easy time. Also there is an event for some extra materials, but we're going to talk about them some more later. Should you craft legendary gear early in the game? Well, it didn't actually matter early or later. At the beginning you just need to craft some gear and put it on the heroes. And this is maybe the most important thing that people little forget, is you have 3 heroes. For example, you have 3 marksmen. This is basically 1 legion, 3 heroes, and you need to put some gear on all these 3 heroes. So from there it's going to be epic, it's going to be legendary, it's going to be rare. It didn't actually matter. You just need gear to boost troops there. So it didn't actually matter. Should you start with the legendary gear more early is better if you have the opportunity to do it. By opportunity I mean you buy some bundles, you buy some battle passes and so on, so you get these prints. But here's the thing: even if you get these legendary blueprints, the blacksmith or smithy at the beginning is having like 22 hours and 28 minutes, and this is blacksmith that have how many, level 26, and is giving you 43% reduction of the forging time. So it's not so fast with your words. Things are not happening that fast, but if you have a chance to go with the legendary gear at the more early game, definitely do it. How does gear rarity impact your performance? And it's pretty simple. If you see, for example, maybe this is boots for cavalry, and here you may see some boots for cavalry. I don't know where there's a boots for cavalry. Yeah, here is 22% increasing the attack. This is bonus attack, and if we see a boots, it's basically going to be the same. Even for marksman, it didn't actually matter. It's like 1.5, so 0.7% is the difference from the legendary and epic gear. But it didn't actually matter that much at the beginning. It mattered in the huge fights when your gear is on higher level. At the beginning, this small percentage don't matter, but when there is a large scale of fight, for example, alliance against alliance, they actually matter, because even with couple percentage more power, you're going to get better results on the battlefield, since millions and millions legions is going to fight every every day. So this small percentage definitely is going to matter, but the total performance is going to be improved. Yeah, definitely. What are the best gear for cavalry units? Now here people are start asking me about specific troop. And by gear, I don't know if I have to put the rings in the gear or not, but basically this gear is absolutely same for everybody. For all the cavalry heroes, it's going to be same for the swordsman, the marksmen. It didn't actually matter that much. So it's basically static. We don't have the right to pick some different stats there. It's basically boosting your army most of the times. It's like swordsman attack bonus is going to defense, blah blah blah. But the rings on other side is something different. Here you can actually pick the right ring. Now for me, this type of this type of rings where there is might damage, definitely put it on the hero. For example, cavalry hero that is doing might damage is a might hero, because some heroes are doing strategy damage, and there the boosters should be around the strategy. Some are doing might. So if your hero are doing might, for example, you can pair it with this ring of tulip. Of course, I have some other double strike, launches normal attack, deals might damage to the enemy troop. This is, for example, good for archers like Muan. Just giving some example over the gear. But yeah, you definitely, the best gear should be the one that you can actually afford. Right now, I cannot afford any of this. I can actually afford some of this gear. Not gonna lie, I can actually buy some. I have some couple thousand, I think 2,000 of these coins where you purchase the rings, but in general, just pick it depending on the hero, what kind of type of damage is doing is going to be the gear you're going to match it. The rest of the gear is going to be the same. How to prioritize resources between gear and skills. Now here we end up again about the spending part, since if you have opportunity to get it from any place, events outside in the open world, some quests, you're definitely going to do it. So I guess this question is more like where to spend, and I think definitely spend for the skills, just to boost the power of your hero. And there is for example, battle pass. Currently, I have this battle pass, and I get forging kit. I also going to get some experience coins, legendary blueprint. This is more like forging. I get some skill points. So mostly the battle passes is going to be the place where you can actually get all of them. And I think the battle pass, especially the long one, not this one that are like 1 week and finish. The long one is definitely deserve an investment if you want to spend something here. At least this is my personal opinion. This is how I do it. I also have the monthly one. Just I don't know if the people want to know where I actually spend. There is a monthly package, but I cannot actually see it right now. But anyway, this is the best place in my opinion. So just if you get the most reasonable one inside the game, actually think about that, and you're going to have for the gear and for the skills. How to upgrade gear without wasting materials. Well, this is a good question. The short answer is just upgrade the gear you actually need. What I mean by that is, if you want to play with Miyamoto, you want to play with Troop Kuwana, you want to play with Hammurabi, and for example, you want to play with King Derek, just build 3 sets for swordsmen. This is an example with the small swordsman, but this actually applied to all the troops. But play with 3 gear. If you have opportunity to change the boots of one of these heroes, just do it. And if you have the chance, just upgrade these gears. Don't expand the gear. Don't get 4th sets or 5th sets for each of these heroes. Just stick with the 3 gear sets. Now later, maybe when the game enter maybe after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, and there is presented a lot of heroes, and you want to run two infantry or swordsman legions on the battlefield, then you may actually think for six gears. But at the moment, I think three is enough, and definitely is going to not waste your materials. How does gear affect hero synergy? Very interesting question. Well, from here, it didn't actually matter that much. I'm talking about the stars, swordsman health, unit capacity, tank from the counter, swordsman damage taken out. This is not that much, but from the rings, depending what kind of ring you're going to get, let's say for this one, Sacred Siege, all your heroes cannot use active skills, cannot be purified, increase turn-based skills damage by 10% and heal effect by... Okay, this maybe is not for that big synergy, but this one is. Affecting inflict burn effect on the enemy heroes. Now, there is a heroes that is doing extra damage on the road. Most likely we're going to present it also if not having heroes that is doing more damage over burn target. So just by applying burn on the enemy is going to boost the damage of these heroes that are doing extra damage over burn targets. Reduce damage in normal. Now here is more passive, but the one that is Chris Commander, okay, this one is maybe not. It's not many the gear that can actually bring huge synergy between the heroes, but definitely you can find some of them. And especially, for example, increase the hero secondary strike skill activational chance by some percentage every 6 seconds and has a 40% chance to get double attack for 3 seconds. Well, this is going to be absolutely in great synergy with Muan Legion. For example, this is just an example. It's not that many the gear that can actually bring you great synergy, but there are some. Are purple sets valuable in the late game? Now, this is a good question, and I think, as I already mentioned about building the 3 type of gear, for example, for swordsmen, cavalry, marksmen, every upgrade of these sets actually put aside the previous gear that you was having on displays. For example, you replace something, you don't need this thing anymore. Maybe later when you want to make 2 swordsman legions, you're going to use them in advantage. But in general, I think you're going to start with the purple gear or epic gear, and at some point everything is going to be moved to the legendary gear. So this is how the things work in Age of Empire Mobile. What are the best events to farm gear materials? I think I actually see a couple of events, especially just 1 second to get this thing. There is alliance events where you can get some extra stuffs. For example, let me see. Do we actually have something right now? Rally Tribes, City Quash. I think there was some events. Right now I cannot actually find them, but there is definitely events that is, for example, this one, Exchange Store. You can get this Legendary Forging Essence. You can buy it by getting these Oblivion Screws. You can get this one, Legendary Magma Crystal. There's definitely events. I just don't remember all of the events that are presented in Age of Empire Mobile. But there is definitely events that is going to help you with your forging, with materials for your gear. How to optimize gear for KVK battles? Now, this is a good question, and the way I actually do that is I'm waiting. What I mean by that is currently I have, let's say, Muan. Now, Hua Muan is having this gear. I'm not going to level these boots before the KVK actually start because this forging kit is very precious for me. So the moment there is a couple days before the KVK start, I'm going to be able to have the best gear that I'm going to have at this point. So for me, it's pointless to level up this epic when after 3 days I may actually get the legendary boots and replace this. So this is the way I do it in pre-KVK with the upgrading. So yeah, just wait when you have the everything that you are able to have before the kvk, and then think, should you actually go and rank up the specific hero? Should you actually go for boosting or leveling up or whatever with your gear? So this is how I actually do it. Should free-to-play players aim for legendary sets? And the short answer is yes. I mean, it's not that hard to get a legendary gear. You just go and you progress like a normal human creature. I don't know why people are actually asking this question. The legendary gear is not that hard. There is a lot of events where you can actually get the legendary blueprints so you can forge legendary gear. The moment you get the legendary gear, you have already you're going to have legendary gear, so it's not a big deal. Everybody can actually have this type of gear. How to split resources between multiple heroes gear? Now this is a good question. It's a good question because most of the times people get lost in this whole gear stuffs, and for example they go and level up this chest to I don't know which level, very high level, that is consuming a lot of this forging kit. For example, this is just an example. And they forget that they have 2 more legions or 3 more legions. And inside is like 3 heroes per legion. And they forgot about the rest of the heroes. They just have one favorite hero and they want to make him the super strong hero in the game. So maybe this is a common mistake, but just split it equally. And again, for each of the troop, just get a single gear set for each of the 3 heroes you have in this legion. So basically 3 gear sets. The moment you do it, you're not going to have any kind of problem with split. Yeah, you have to split it between these gears with 2 words. What is the best strategy for crafting gear? Now, I'm going to talk about 2 points, and this is the normal gear and the rings. Now, for the rings, my strategy is pretty simple. I have VIP 8 every day. Every time I go in the VIP 8, I buy these hammers. And sometimes in the battle pass, you're going to see there is a hammers, but this is something that you have to basically spend. Here, do we have some hammers? Maybe we have, maybe we don't. I don't remember. Oh, there is hammers. Some hammer, but yeah, just getting these hammers is going to give me these coins that I can actually buy some good gear. For the rest of the gear is straightforward. There is not much thinking there. Just get the gear, level up the gear, and that's all. So there is not a huge strategy or crafting strategy in this type of gear. What is common gear crafting mistake? I think maybe the number 1 mistake is people underestimate the gear, and everybody are focusing over the heroes. Now this is I personally a mistake that I did. I focus over the gear, the heroes. I focus over my castle to level up. I focus over the university since I play 2 more kingdom building games, and I know the researches is the most time consuming and requests a lot of patience. So I want to be extremely fast here. Also the troops, opening the higher tier troops was also with priority. And you get priority there, here, there, here, and at the end of the day, nobody actually think about the gear. And I think this is a mistake. Maybe most of the people, including me, are currently was doing back in the days, and some people are still doing so. Maybe, yeah, just let me write in the comments if you have some different also suggestion about the mistakes about forging a gear. So I guess this will be for this video, guys. I'm going to try to keep it short, simple. I really hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit 1 like, subscribe to this channel, become a member, and see you in the next video.